Alright, so this is going to be the first one. They bound to be some hardy bees. I think it got down to like freezing last night. It's going to get up to around 60 today. But the point is they have to use their bodies to close that hole up to keep a cold draft from flowing in at night. And they've managed to make that happen for however long that chunk of wood's been out of there. That right there might have been their original entrance. I don't know. I don't believe they're going to be too happy to see me. I don't care how nice they are. But I'm going to have to deal with it. They won't be able to live right there much longer if they were left alone. This is the meanest bees I've ever had any dealings with. What amazes me is they were nice, completely nice, until I took the hammer and pulled on the trim right around the window. That's all it took. They started boiling out of that entrance right there. Watch this. I'm just going to walk around here. I'm not going to do a thing now. Watch them. Alright, I'm going to pull on that just a little bit. Look at this. I was hit at least 3 times. If I hadn't have been wearing this, I'd have been stung in the forehead at least 3 times. Watch them come out of there in groups of 5 to 10 they were just a minute ago. See, if I go to working on that wall, look at them. They just steadily hit me upside the head. Look. I haven't even started cutting out yet. Look at them boiling out of this thing. They just steadily hit me in the head. I can smell bananas. You know that smell. That alarm pheromone smells exactly like bananas. The whole air around here smells like you might have mashed a 5-gallon bucket full of bananas. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the house and cage my queens. And if I ever find one in here, I'm going to kill it. Smash it all over the side of that wall right there. And, I don't know what these things are, but that's bad news. Nobody should allow this anywhere in the country, whatever they are. That's I guess borderline those German black bees acting like them. Yeah, so we're gonna do this place a favor. Probably ought to just be gassed, but anyway. I got my other hand in here to keep them from stinging it. I had to use that one to get the camera fired up. Yeah. Let's see if they'll go back home now. But you know, something's interesting. From this distance right here, perfectly okay. I don't think I got a one crawling on me. But yeah, they completely left me alone right here. They just don't want you messing with their hive. I can't have that in the yard, I guarantee you. So, before I even get started, I need to go get my queens. Make about 3 splits out of that one at least. That's the last thing I need is drones out of those at the house. I might throw away all their brood comb. We shall see. evil little creatures. They're not supposed to be allowed to exist, but people do. And then there's the bright souls that say, oh, that's the kind of bees you need because they make more honey. Yeah, kill somebody. Alright, I ain't really had time to mess with the camera much. That's all the bees I got left. Shook a bunch of them in with, you see that comb's about 6 foot tall. I don't know what they got them. They might have them 16 inches on center. I need to measure it. Anyway, I'm gonna strengthen another one of my nukes with the bees that's there. I got one of them near about half packed. About a half a 5-frame medium solid bees. So I think I can do that again with another one. Then if it don't rain on me, that colony right there is up next. That one's going to be smaller. So I don't know. I'm hoping that one of these queens is going to be nicer. Maybe that was just an evil sister or daughter or something. Sheesh, don't know. We're going to find out in a little bit one way or the other. It's a blessing to get rid of these things though. Last thing in the world and they're within flying distance of the house too. My mess could be mating with drones that these things are producing, and that wouldn't be too good. Alright, we got some wind picking up. I might get a bath. Need one anyway. Alright, well, ain't getting much closer than this, but I got them out. Never saw the queen after that first time. I bet you I shook her in one of my nukes. I got my queens caged, so she'll be easy to find. She'll be trying to kill them. And the ones that are not stocking that nuke right there are trying to merge with this hive right here. Now I'm going to walk around the front and check that one out. Let's see what's going on. If it's a handful of bees hanging on that one too. There's probably some trying to merge over here. That's what I figured. If I could get them 2 back ones cleaned out today. Ain't much activity right there. If I get them 2 back ones gone today, the bees that are left clinging to wherever they cling will merge here tomorrow. If not this evening, I'm gonna get that other one depending on what the weather looks like. That other one's gonna be smaller. It's not gonna be but about 4 foot tall and 1 foot wide, I believe. That's about all they were using of that space there. All the rest of it was just brittle. Got a little too close in like an idiot. I ain't got stung yet, believe it or not. I got some leather gloves that's full of them though. That one might be the same size if you judge it. You won't miss it far. From up under that window to the top of that door is where it's running most likely. We'll see in a little bit. Don't get rained out. Alrighty, here we goes again. I'm gonna try to clean up my mess a little bit right here, and I'm gonna leave that nuke right there because when they start freaking out when I tear this one open, some of them might move in it, and I could use the extra population. Got my queen caged in there, so they can't kill her, but several more days they'll be acclimated to her, and then life goes on. This is what we're doing now. Spitting rain a little bit, but according to the radar it's not supposed to be doing anything. Remains to be seen. And if a house don't fall on me, I'll be set. That thing is just about had it. It won't be a bee or anything living in it. Won't be long if nature took its course. I think I got that one cleaned out though. You don't see anybody festooning up in there anywhere like they were. I was getting them by the handfuls and throwing them in the nukes there. It ought to be a few in that one. I'm sure some more move in before it's over with. Alright, I'm gonna get with it. See what I can tear up. Let me show y'all something. These are the exact same bees that were eating me alive with a suit on right at their entrance yesterday. Now they got my queen with them. The same bees. Nothing. Nice as they can be. So pheromone is bound to have just as strong of an effect on them as genetics. Bound to. I got my queen in there in a cage to keep them from killing her. Or their old queen may be in there too, I don't know. I'm gonna open them up in a little bit and be sure she's not. If she is, I'll kill her. But with my queen in there in a cage, that's the only change. That box is packed full of bees. I'm not getting head-butted. If they were the same temperament they were yesterday evening in that wall, I would have been stung in the forehead at least 15 or 20 times by now. Interesting stuff. Boy, I bet you we got some happy ladies flying around this morning. Whew. Well, it ain't morning. But, yeah, early afternoon here. So what I think is happening is this colony on the front, now that I completely wrecked the ones on the back. I got all their brood comb, honeycomb in the freezers, probably 50 pounds of last year's honey in that I shoveled out of there. Shoveled it out now. I couldn't get in between the joists, so I shoveled it. Took a little narrow spade and shoveled it out from in there about, I don't know, it went up in there about 4 or 5 feet maybe. I got one nailing me now. I'm gonna get stung in the head now. Look here. Maybe that thing will keep attacking my drink can. And what I need to do is get away from this house and get a suit on. Okay, these bees are the reason why 95%, probably, not closer to 99% of the world's population is terrified of honeybees. These are the reason. They should have never been allowed to reproduce to begin with. I can get these suckers exterminated. What's so amazing though, I'm gonna look here. All right, now look. Right there's the old house. See if I got that right. Yeah, right beside that. Yeah, right there. Here's another. I'm down a full. What would that be comparable to? 2 city blocks. And I still had them wanting to headbutt me right here. But I got in the suit now. Whew. I will be so glad to get this over with. But these aren't but 5 miles away the crow flies from my house. There is no way I can allow this thing to hatch out drones this year. If I'm going to try making gentle queens in my yard, I can't have that foolishness. Whew. I guess the guy that told me about these and said, oh yeah, you can come get them out of there if you want them, He's trying to figure out what I was made of. I'm still alive, but it ain't over yet. Let's see if we can walk around here without getting stung on the hand here. God dang. I tell you, if I'm gonna use my fingers, I better not today. Oh, mercy. See if I can get these things opened up now. Alright, so y'all notice I got a fat eye. Them little evil girls decided to wait till I got the truck to sting me. Thought I got rid of her. Well, look, here's the deal. Ah, y'all. Let me see if I can get up in here. There's my bee vac bucket. I figured that all these bees were going to be evil, so I decided to just figure on killing every queen. But here's the thing. I got to messing with that first get my veil over my head. I just shook about a couple pounds of them out here, and some of them are rather pissed. I had figured on killing this queen. Well, the more I messed with cutting her out, I noticed that they weren't attacking my head like the other two colonies did, so I didn't have a queen cage on me. And I had that piece of comb draped over my hand. Well, I just got a queen cage. There's my generator to run the bee back. Let me see if I can get that to sit there. So, here's the deal. And my battery's about dead. Maybe I can show you all this thing though before it kicks its bucket. I stuck her in this queen cage. There she is. You'd think she's just a great big fat Italian queen. But they're the nicest of the three. Not too awfully evil. So I'm gonna take her back up there and stick her in a nuke. Maybe I can draw all the rest of them in there with her. We'll see how she is later this year. So that's my fun for the day. So this is what we got going today. I got the big fat queen out of there. This is the one that was the nicest to me of the three. Even before I started work on this thing, I went up to that hive entrance, you know, and laid my hand up there and didn't get head-butted or anything. So I'd planned on killing this one, but they were so much nicer when I was cutting them out that I got the queen on a piece of comb, went back home with that and a bucket and stuck her in a cage because I didn't have any cages with me. And that hive was in between the floor joists right there, in line with the right side of that window. And it was probably, what's that, about a foot square by 3 foot. That's all I could do to reach the back of it to get the last piece of comb out. Might have been 15 or 20 pounds of honey and wax and brood and the whole deal in there. I got that at the house in the freezer. They all oriented to that little nuke box just fine. What I got in mind is to leave that thing up there shutting that window for a few days, I guess. Friday it's supposed to get nice, like 60 degrees. And what I'm hoping is that all of these that are now homeless hanging around back here will merge with that hive in the front. They usually always do that. they'll go beg their way in and fill that box up. There's the one that I thought was going to be so big, and it did. It went back up in there so far I had to shovel it out with a little narrow spade. Probably 50 pounds of comb and nectar and everything in that one. I just threw it in a trash can lined with a black trash bag and put it in the freezer. Anyway, so these two queens, I don't know what happened to that one. I caught a glimpse of her and tried to kill her and then lost sight of her. So, and in that one I never saw the queen, but I'm pretty sure it was one in there. Maybe I killed her, hopefully. I don't think they would have been able to go anywhere else and done anything. So, that fixed that. It's extremely cold this morning. They out flying a little bit. So that pretty much closes that out. I guess I'll hunt through all these little clips of video and pick out the ones that ain't too awfully corny and put them together and stick them on YouTube. I don't think anybody would benefit seeing me take that nuke out of that window and bring it home. So once I get them home, I'll take a clip of them and see how they act. If they're mean, then I'll do away with her then. But right now, they got such good survivor traits as a thing. If I can manage to put up with them, at least outcross them with something else. Alright, that's enough racket. It's been my little 3-day venture. There's a little bit of history on the old house. Enjoy this kind of thing. I assume it's probably the guy that had it built or built it. Elisha James Harvey. Born during the Civil War, I guess. Died in 1935. Tell you what, that's a long life back then, 90 years old. She died at 90. I had a great-great-great-grandma that lived to be 90-something. Born in the 1800s, died in 1940-something, I think. And this is probably Elisha's son. Wouldn't that line up about right? Yeah. 1942 is when he died. He lived to be very old. Somebody didn't finish that one. I'm sure she's not still living. Lizzie Edna. And here's another interesting little deal. It's not quite like anything I've ever seen. Joshua W. King, 1840 to 1927. Julia A. King, 1802 to 1876. 1840, 1927. By my own hand, I have made this tablet in loving memory of Joshua W. King and his mother, Julia A. King, who took me, an orphan, and reared and educated me and gave me every chance in life. And what I am, I owe it to God, who used them as angels of mercy. I was an hungered and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, ye gave me drink. I was a stranger and ye took me in. Directed 1936, E.H. Morris. Very cool. The things you see when you play with honeybees.